York. New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right? This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
Welcome to another episode of Crash the Industry, and today, hailing from the east side of Baltimore, his love for music is born from raw experience and hard-earned wisdom, bringing depth to every verse and hook he creates. Tony's journey has transformed him into a seasoned artist, a go-getter with unmatched drive and a flow that's truly one of a kind. As part of the drum work team and the supergroup Checker Flag Boys, he's been dropping fire mixtapes, EPs, and albums, with his latest EP, A Hustler's Reflection. Tony's making waves across streaming platforms, from classic hits like Shining featuring Sharonda Lang to new bangers shaking the industry like 9-5 featuring Spud Brooklyn. Tony Bosco is here to stay, so prepare to witness this fire episode, and Tony's crashing the industry. What up, my brother?
Exactly. We crashing this joint.
And also to his left is his manager, Mr. No IG Nate. What's going on,
What's going on, baby?
So I was about to tell you earlier,
Right.
this dude pops up like Batman in random places. So like, I didn't see Nate for like maybe 8 years. And I'm at a union meeting.
Right.
And I hear his voice talking to somebody. And I'm like, it sounds like Nate. And I turn around, I'm like, yo, Nate, what you doing here? He's like, yo, what you doing here? I'm like, I've been in the union 8 years. He's
Right.
like, I've been in 15. And I'm like, it'd have been nice. You could have tried to plug me
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
and then recently, I ain't seen Nate for another 8 years after that.
Oh, shit.
And then I see him with my guy Spud
Right.
on the Dungeon Talk, and I'm like, yo, Spud, what's my cousin Nate doing there? And he like, who's That's Fire? He didn't know I had a record label at that time.
Right.
So now, I'm like, yo, tell Naquan, stop playing with me. He said, they gotta know me. He using my government. So then we started chopping it up and getting tapped in, and then
Right.
that's when he put me on to you.
Okay.
So I went and I did a little bit of research, and I wanted to tell you I like that song Shining.
Thank you.
What went into making and creating that song Shining?
Well, in Baltimore, I have my own studio. So, you know, people send tracks or whatever. And them type of tracks, you know, from the era of Jay-Z, AZ, Nas. So, them type of feeling songs feel good to me.
Substance.
It means and it give me a chance to tell my truth. And it just went perfect. And Sharonda Lang was like part of the team. We wrote the hook, she sung it, and it came out.
So she's from Baltimore as well.
Yes.
So big shout out to Sharonda Lang. That song came out.
My
Very
sister,
fire.
yes. Thank you.
So let's get into the questions that I prepared. So can you tell us about a moment you knew music was your calling, especially coming from Baltimore? Because I know not a lot of artists came out of Baltimore.
When I got out of jail, I did like a couple months. I was a kid, and I was on probation. They told me I had to get a job, but I was always freestyling. And my job was up Morgan State. I was probably like about 16.
Okay.
And at that time, Wu-Tang used to run all through Baltimore, especially Morgan State. They had a couple members of the crew, not the rappers, but I guess the people coming up that's from Staten Island or whatever. Used to rap all around and whatever. And I was too young, I was kind of shy. But when I started listening to their verses and I'm spitting my verses, I'm like, I'm kind of nicer than these dudes. And that's when I knew I could make something happen. Because these people
had that feeling.
That feeling, because they was getting a lot of attention, a lot of oohs, a lot of eyes, and I'm like, if I wasn't shy, I'd go shut it down. And that's when I knew I had it.
When you come from an era like we come from, the Nas Big, you have to almost have this kind of arrogant attitude.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be like, I'm better than everyone.
Yeah.
Like I still have those days when I'm in the studio with my artist and I'll be like, I'll kill his beat. And then my wife will look at me and I'll be like, no, Masa, I won't I won't get behind that.
Yeah. But you know that me, I know I'm good. I always practice and I move with the time. That's why I always put myself in the LL Cool J bag, because he moved with the times. He never stayed in 1980 or 1990. He moved and progressed with every era of hip hop, and that's how I am. Like,
He really dropped a project in every era.
Yeah, every
and
era.
that new album he dropped is fire too.
Yeah, I saw a couple videos, but that's how I move with the eras. Like Syke said, when he listened to my album, it sound like I'm from now. Like I'm a drill rapper, but not drill rapper, but I'm speaking a language.
Yeah.
And I just add my sauce to it and my era to it, and it comes out the way it comes out.
Now he's from Brooklyn. You from Baltimore. How did y'all link up as manager and partner type thing? How did that happen?
I dropped Hustle Reflection, and a DJ named Miss Trish from Baltimore was connected with MJMG. So she let Miss Jackson hear my music, and Miss Jackson was doing a compilation and asked me did I want to put a song on the project, but I had to use her producers. So I killed the track. She ended up wanting to do a joint venture together.
Okay.
And he heard me, because Spud is hooked up with Miss Jackson. And once he heard me, he like, yo, I like this dude fire. Like a lot of people don't hear my type of music no more. It's starting to come back a little bit now, but the way I rap is like, this sound is coming back. And he said, like Nate said, I sound like something he never heard before.
I will tell you, trust me, I listen to people's songs, especially if I like them or they're coming on the show and I gotta know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You don't have no accent when you rap. All the accent go out the window.
You think so?
But when we're conversing, I'm like, oh, he does have a little bit of Baltimore accent, because when he say I got an artist from Baltimore and I'm listening to the music, I'm like, I ain't hear none of that in there. Like, so how is he from Baltimore? So what did you say to yourself when you first heard him?
When I was in a studio with Spud actually, and I kept asking about him. I said, yo, who is this dude, yo? And he's like, Tony Bosco. I said, Tony Bosco? I said, yo, bro, I got chills, because I'm like, yo, this is the music that I like. This is what I need right here. And the more I kept listening to him, I liked him. And I'm like, yo, how you get to this dude? And Miss Jackson knew who he was. I'm like, I need to speak to him so we could just, and his flow was just crazy. It was just like punchline after punchline. I'm like, yo, this dude is it. Then the more I started, like when I met him, I'm like, yo, it's no way this dude is singing this, talking the way he talking to me. But it was really him, and I'm like, yo, I got it. I said, yo, what's up, man? Can we work together? And he was like, sure, what you want to do? I'm like, yo, listen, let's go to the top together. Like, we got to make this happen. I said, all you got to do is just write. Keep writing and do what you do. I'll take care of the rest. And from that point on, he just my man. Like, we got a whole different bond now.
Yeah.
Like, how long was the team building? A couple months, a year?
Couple of months.
Almost a year now.
Like now it's almost a year, and it's like, we ain't stopping.
Yeah.
So funny thing is, right? I don't know if he know I heard him. So me and Spud took a break, a little intermission, because it was a long conversation.
Right.
So I think about 20, 30 minutes in, we took a break, grabbed some water, Spud grabbed some water, and I heard he was like, yo, we gotta get Bosco on here. And he said that to Spud. He didn't even say that to me right then and there. He was like, yo, we gotta get Bosco on here. So I'm glad to have you.
Yes.
And I'm glad to, get your peoples on here. Like, whether you were with him or not, if I would have eventually heard you, I would have, because you're a dope artist. But it fast-tracked it because he's family, and that means you family, and he brought you to my attention. And this show is for artists like you, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's about seasoned artists, rising artists, and artists who should have made it, but never really got that shot of shine. And then we want to start building a community here at Crasher Industry. Eventually, we want to start doing concerts and showcases, and we want to get those other execs out here that Spud and Sincere know, and get them to really try to really start investing into the artist development, because what you guys are doing is really artist development, and we don't have that no more.
Right.
So I got another question for you.
Right.
Growing up in Baltimore, how did that shape your music?
Well, my music is 90% real. So my music is my life in Baltimore. And when I say the 10% that's fake is, I'm from the street, so I had a Benz, a BMW, I had all these cars. But at the time, I might have a Lexus, but I put the Benz in my rap that I don't have at the moment, but I had it in the past. That's the only thing really gonna be fake in my music. Everything is truthful, down to who.
Just
It's past tense. It's past.
it's past tense. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's nothing I'm doing
No,
right now.
gotta
but
put that up there. We don't
Yeah,
get the DJ
it's
Vlad effect
definitely-
over here. Yo, he went on Crash the Industry.
It's definitely my life though, man. And growing up in poverty and to where I'm at now, it shaped me to who I am now. So I wouldn't change nothing.
But that's the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what shapes us. That's what molds us into being men. You know, I think I feel for the generations after us because they got so much fake on
Yes.
the internet that I think a lot of these kids don't even know who they are anymore. And
Yeah.
They don't have guidance, man. It's the guidance, man. Remember, it's a different era.
And they don't understand. Like mostly every interview I do, they ask me, do I want to end with anything? I tell everybody to get some type of religion, some type of something to help you with structure. Religion helped me change my life. I was a demon, and that religion gave me structure, gave me something to be afraid of. Because don't nobody want to go to hell. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what religion you in. So you need something to help you make that pathway.
gotta keep you grounded.
Keep you grounded. You know what I'm saying? And my friends always tell, even EJ Warwick be like, boy, I'm glad you found God, boy, because you was terrible. We used to argue every day. We don't argue no more. It's just, but we argue, but we still brothers.
But that's friendship. That's brotherhood.
yeah. But now I'm a changed guy. Well, I've been smiling, but I'm not on demon time no more.
That's a good thing because
Yeah.
you know, I was just telling somebody the other day, as we get older, the decisions we make, we're conscious of now. When we were younger, like I said it on his show in the comments. I was like, yo, me and Nate used to slap box just to keep our hands
Keep it
on
ready.
point in case people came to, because we were surrounded by all the projects.
Right.
We had Marcy to one side,
Right.
Tompkins to the other side, Bushwick, Lindsay behind. So we was the side blocks, you know, the kids from the projects so we was always on it.
That's
and
what's up.
Our thought process was we gotta survive. And now, you know, I tell my kids, like, you know, don't put yourself in those situations. I already did it.
Right.
There's no need to jump off the stoop or jump off the porch when you live in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only did that because we had to do that. So let me ask you a quick question.
I want to throw something real quick.
Go ahead.
Like T.I.'s son.
Oh my God, boy. He just need to sit down.
Yeah, man.
He's privileged and he wants. Who was it? Essos. Today we was watching a clip and Essos said they want to be thugs. They want to live their life. And the crazy thing is, the people who already live that
Live life
life,
for you.
we don't want it.
We don't want it.
At
Man.
all.
We don't. My wife be like, "You ever want to move back to the city?" No. You want to go? You go. I'm good with the city. I come down here to do what I got to do, work, bust my moves, and I'm
Go
back.
back,
I'm back
man.
up top where my kids ain't got to worry about getting cut at school. You know, we are in the suburbs. Might have a mass shooting or something, but that's survivable. But over here, fights, girls getting cut, the
Getting
city's
robbed.
getting robbed. The city's wild right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's
Damn.
out of control, man. That's why I'm leaving. I went down to Maryland. I'm telling him he want to come up here. I'm like, nah, I want to go down there.
Nah,
yo.
the city's crazy right now.
It's not. They live life down there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And to see the way they live in, it's like, damn, I can't believe I'm still in Brooklyn, man.
Oh, Nate, don't get it confused. Where I live is different from
But
where I'm from.
it's nice, man. It's like where if I go to his house,
Yeah.
it's the suburbs. It's a way of
Yeah.
living, man.
If you could get to the suburbs, it is a definite change. Like
Definitely.
everything is a change. Every city has even up by me, there's towns that is trash.
Right.
And we be like, let's go in there, go to Walmart, and get up out the town. That's it.
It's
Right.
life, man.
That's it. So what's your approach when you are writing your songs and creating your hooks? Like what goes into the thought process of that?
Whatever the track tell me, that's it.
Okay.
Or if one of my brothers call me and they say they need a hook, and I sometimes I ask them what type of song you making. But if I do a song for me, whatever the track tells me. The hook, I think the hook should go first, or the verse, that's what I'm gonna do. And hooks, if it don't come, depending on how hot the beat is, it might take me a little longer versus right then and there. But I just keep writing. It's like most of my hooks, I freestyle them.
Okay.
So when I get that first bar, then I start.
So you go with the melody, the harmony.
Yes, I freestyle them all to it. Once it tells me what it want me to do, and then I make sure I make the correct words and everything to the hook. I mean, yeah.
So have you ever been in the studio with him while he was working?
Yeah.
Was it
Couple
that 9-5
times.
song?
Oh, 9-5. 9-5. I was actually sitting at a table with the guy that's making the beat, Mello, and him and Spud was doing Scrape It.
Yeah.
And they ain't even hear it. I was sitting there, and he said, yo, I got this old beat. I said, a what? I said, let me hear that again. I said, matter of fact, put it up a little louder for they could understand where it's coming from. So when they actually stopped the whole conversation to go listen to the beat.
Yeah.
They stopped in point blank and said, yo, that's it right there.
Okay.
I got a passion for the music. So like when I hear beat, I could just hear him saying it or Spud doing it. Like if he on there, I'm like, yeah, he'll like this. He'll like this. So like if he come with, he'll send me a song and I'll be like, yo, Bosco, that's not you. We have arguments. We have arguments because I'm like, yo, Bosco, that's not you. He tell me he's versatile. Yeah, I respect it, but I know Tony Bosco. The Bosco that I heard is the Bosco.
But sometimes it's good to step out of your comfort zone. But not too much, because you know, when you build a fan base, you want when your fans come to you for steak, they want steak.
Yeah.
But they don't want to get McDonald's all the time. But even though it's cool once in a blue to do something that's trending, like, yo, let me jump on this, that's cool. You kind of got to do that from time to time.
You see how you said shining? Shining is Bosco.
Okay.
That's out of where he is. He's like a street dude. He's a rapper that you really want to hear all the time. Sean is out of his element. So it's like, damn, that sounds dope too. But the joint that he sent, I was like, come on, bro.
I understood. It ain't what I said him wanting to finish product.
Okay.
He don't even want to hear the finished product.
Never want to do that.
Because, listen, I'm not going to tell him, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't want no yes man.
Listen,
so being that you said that, out of all the projects you've been a part of, you've done and albums, which one meant the most to you? Which one really resonated with you? Which meant
Hustle's Reflection.
Okay.
Because I'm reflecting on my life. So, like I said, a lot of that music is true stories, but it's past tense.
Okay, past tense, yes.
Yeah, so I poured a lot of memories. I had to think of different things in different time zones in my life and put them stories in music, and I love Hustle Reflection. Now, Concrete Success Fire, too.
So that's before it?
No, that's the one I'm working on now.
That's what you're working on right now?
Yeah.
That shit's fire.
Yeah, when y'all hear that, y'all gonna really see what Bosco. I just tell y'all this, Bosco's it, man. Them checker flip, they coming, man. They coming, man. Just remember that I said that, Tony Bosco, man.
But like you said earlier, your platform was for people that should have been signed. We should have been on years ago.
Okay.
I've been on projects. A couple, rest in peace, Clark Kent. I did a song for K Slay, and he was looking for me. But I'm in Baltimore City. I was too hard to find. And I found out when it was too late. You feel what I'm saying? But the same thing, like, we had these, Lil' Kim wanted to sign EJ Warwick. So we had these spurts where we thought we was going, and somehow it get folded back for whatever reason. Because me, I know I'm not taking no bad deal. You just ain't gonna F me over just for me to say I got signed.
That's like 90% of the game. That's like 90% of the game. And being that you mentioned so being a part of Drum Work team and your group, the Checker Flag Boys, what's the experience like with working with so many talented people?
Well, we gonna clear that up now. My brother signed to Drum Work, SK the King.
Okay.
But SK the King is in Checker Flag Boys.
Okay.
So whenever we go to Buffalo or when they go on tour, we go on tour with them. And it's a great experience, man. I'm about to do a record with a BSF artist. Shout out to Tone.
Yeah, shout out to Tone. Tone is actually supposed to be on the show soon, too.
Yeah, and then, I've been around it all, man. It was a pleasure. I'm just ready for it's my turn now.
You gotta have that selfish part where you gotta say, like, you know what, it's time for me to shine. It's time for my team to shine. And it seems like you got a bunch of great talent and people around you. You got Nate in your corner, he's connected. And then you got Spud. So like everything around you is clicking. And it's not always the time, sometimes it's gotta be the right time.
Right time.
That's right.
Exactly. I'm not in no super rush, like tomorrow I gotta get this or get that. I want the right time, because when the right time comes and we take that moment and run with it, it's just gonna keep going.
Absolutely. Now, being that you just mentioned Spud again, and y'all spoke about it, what was like that collaboration like, and how does it feel to know that that song is starting to get traction on the internet?
Well, Spud told me I got him back in his writing bag.
Okay.
Spud is like really behind the scenes now, but he said I got him back in his bag. And that's what I want to do, because at the end of the day, if music is your passion, of course, we hustlers, so we find different ways to get to the money. But if music is your passion, I'm glad I was able to get him in a space where he back with his pen. But a lot of people say that I sound like I'm from New York. So I knew me and Spud was gonna sound good together. And he showed me so much love, man. So it was only right to get him on a record.
Spud is wild talented as a writer too.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about that?
It was just dope, man. It's dope. You know, Spud is my the guy I sit next to every Sunday on Dungeon Talk. So it's like, to hear him spit, I heard his verse first, and then Spud let me hear his verse without sending it to Bosco, and I'm like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, we got to let this go.
Yeah.
And when they sat there and went back and forth, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is it. This is it. And with them two, I even told them when they was together, like, yo, I got something for y'all, man.
You know what's funny is me and Spud actually have a song together.
And you never let it loose?
Now we're gonna be dropping it. I dropped his verse for his clip. And he was like, yo, how you gonna put the verse out without the song? I was like, I just needed to feel, it was a feeler, like,
Yeah.
because we did the 93 Bulls beat, and the song was called 3 Man Weave, is Me, Him, and Gage. And he was like, who did this beat? Who's on it? I said, I'm first. I set it off, Gage set it off, and we had the third verse. But I could always hear Spud rapping, and I'm like, yo, dude, gotta be nice. And then I sent it to him, and he sent his verse back, and I was like, I knew it. I know you could just tell from the way a person talks and their verbiage. You're like, oh no, he could. If he's writing songs and getting paid, and he's getting his sync deals, I know he could really rap. And Spud get busy.
He got the passion for it. He just don't. You got to take him out of it.
He's focused on the business.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
His business is more than like his passion. So his business is what we go to. So when we sit there, we talk business, but we got to get him in there. Yo, listen, you finish that, go back in there now, your turn. So we just, them two together is like a whole different, and to hear Spud talk that and him talking, I'm like, yeah.
Spud go crazy.
Yeah.
Spud go crazy. I was actually happy when he sent that verse, and I said, this is what I needed right here. And it closed out the verse perfectly. So now, with that being said, like, who are some of your musical influences? I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but who influenced you and impacted you to make you really want to go hard at this music and do this?
The early Def Jam era.
Okay.
I know Run DMC wasn't on Def Jam, but that era, the LL Cool J, the Public Enemy, even the Redman era. And then my brother EJ Warwick, he helped me push my pen in the early days. Now I'm better.
That Redman Muddy Waters was no joke.
Classic, man. That's the era that make you feel like, yo, I gotta be where these guys at, because where I'm at right now, I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna go to jail. And so I gotta switch this around to do something better. And the thing about it, I was good at it. We used to freestyle on the block every day, all day. And back then, my memory was like I could freestyle for an hour or two straight. Them days over now, but
he said, yo, Tony be forgetting everything.
Yo, that lifestyle, that's why now when I do stuff like this, I gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
Cause my lifestyle sometimes be like rock star type stuff. Cause I'm so used to doing shows. First, we do the pregame, we drinking and all that. Then by the time you perform, you be like, God damn, I should have waited.
Yo, he was like, he said, don't bring no liquor in. Right? Let Tony get through the interview
Yeah,
first.
man.
Then we
You
can start
gotta
turning
chill.
up.
You got-
See,
I turns up,
and
man.
look, I've been around him this little bit of time,
And
but
you
I
already
know
know.
if that bottle's around,
I turns up.
he gonna
man.
go over there and chill for a little bit. He come back and forgot everything you just told him. But he
I ain't gonna forget everything
He
you
forget
told me.
everything,
He
man.
said you forgot to show. We almost forgot to show up this morning.
No, I didn't either. How I forget the show? I drove all the way up here to come to this show. How I forget the He called you late.
You
what
see, you see
You
what I gotta
talking-
deal with?
He said I was there.
It's even if listen, we got the best. Like it's like he my brother, so I
Yeah,
can argue
man.
with him back
Yeah.
and forth. It's cool, bro.
Yeah, man.
So when he come with that garbage music, he be trying to.
Yeah. Look, man.
Yo, I'm the same way. Let me tell you something. I wanted to tell you this. So I wanted to have this conversation with you.
Right.
Being a manager,
It's hard.
it's the hardest shit in
It's
the world.
hard, bro.
Like you don't know, like, so what I did, I opened up my home. I built a studio in the crib. And I used to have all the artists at my house.
Right.
And getting them to work, it's not a problem. They're gonna write, they're gonna bounce songs off each other. That was the easy part. Yo, we need content for that. Go make some content. Look at
Yeah.
look at him laughing.
I like making content.
He love
though.
content, but he goes overboard with the content. So I try to explain to him, you ain't got to do that.
And then the other thing is you get caught up in your artists' lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, you over here beefing with this person. We need you at this show, but you with some chick and you're not showing up to the show. We need you to go do this, but you getting locked up. Like it's crazy dealing. And
Yeah.
then, I'm dealing with like 6 artists, 1 in Venezuela, 1 in DR, 1 in Florida, 3 down here. And boy, being a manager is not
Yeah.
easy.
I know. I
To
bet.
me, it's cool.
There's been time I've been in the studio with my artists like, yo, I'm so close to choking you. Like, yo, let's just
People ask, like, yo, you want to manage? Nah. I'm focused. Listen, man, I'm focused on Tony Bosco. And I don't want to jump the gun with other people. I only want to, this is what I plan to do for the rest of my life with Tony Bosco.
Okay.
And his crew. So his crew is my man. EJ, my man. You know, EJ, my man. So EJ succeed, I succeed. So it ain't about, this a bond here. We good. I just want to know that we all good. We don't care about none of that. He not going to jump out the window. He not thirsty for the bread. So it's not just going to be that simple to grab Tony Bosco.
And he don't seem like that type of person who's just going, like, I've been lucky. I have loyal artists that have been loyal even when they're not succeeding, but 90% of the time them not succeeding is them not listening. So like you got somebody, you're older,
Yeah.
you're seasoned, and if he's like, yo, we need to go do this, I'm pretty sure you're like, he's not saying it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with younger artists, it tends to be a headache because, especially being one manager, what happens with the younger artists is they get tired of hearing you say, don't do that, don't do that. And they don't have a second voice. Like if it was me and somebody else managing and I'm saying, yo, don't do that.
Right.
And then a Nate or Bosco come along and be like, yo, you know you shouldn't do that, right? It's not gonna work. Didn't Shanti just tell you that? Or didn't Nate
Right,
just tell you
right,
that?
right.
When you hearing it from one person, they feel like you coming down hard on them.
Yeah.
So I kind of like dealing with the older seasoned veterans, like, yo, come on, how long you been doing this? You know you shouldn't do that. Right?
I really don't say nothing to him. He just, I don't say nothing to him. We just talk so much that it be music wise and it don't be what he shouldn't do, what he shouldn't. Like he know already. So it's cool. I sit back, or he send me and ask me my opinion. Yo, Nate, what about this music? Nope. Yup, that's it. The next one, we gone. So it's cool. It's not a headache. The headache is getting through the process to get us over the hump. That's the headache.
Yeah.
You know, going to people that's asking you for bread. Oh, yo, what's your budget looking like? Or you know,
Yo, I hate that
that's a kill. You killing us. We trying to get where you guys are, and you asking for bread. So you know, me, I'm cool. All right, when it's our turn, you ain't even gonna afford the bread I'm gonna throw at you. And we don't even need the bread. So I'm asking you as on the strength that he's dope. You know, we trying to set, we setting steps, and that's the hard part. That's the hard part, going to people.
Even with this show right now, right? I get that question from certain people. I be like, yo, I got a lot of people coming on the show, a lot of people requesting. You spoke about this. I want to interview you and talk about that. And I get the, what's your budget? From people I'm tight with. I'm real tight. I'm like, you asking me what's my budget? I'm like, no problem. Because when the show takes off and you or one of your peoples or one of your artists want to be on the show, now I'm going to turn to him like, what's your budget? Even though I'm not going to take it, but I'm going to turn and do the same thing, because if we peoples, like how I'm going to turn the name, be like, yo, you could get Bosco on here, but I'm going to need a little 500. Right? Picture me saying that to my cousin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Picture me saying that to you even if I didn't know you, you wasn't working with him.
Right.
And you say, yo, I'm upcoming artist, I'm seasoned, I got my team. Can I come up and then bring my team out? I'm getting content from you. I'm having a great conversation. You helping me expand my catalog of my episodes. So picture me saying, especially to an artist I know is coming. Now, if a major artist comes to me and says, yo, I want my artist on your show. I know you don't do those type of interviews but I love your show. I want to pay you. That's a different story. If a Drake or Kendrick hit us up and be like, they want their boy on and y'all got the budget for it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
But they ain't asking you for bread. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like my man. Look, his steak, that's steak garlic. That's my man. That's my man Eli. And I sit there and talk to him, and, you know, he'll tell me something. Yo, Nate, it's the bread. This ain't about the bread. Nah. You my man. I'm going to help you, and we all going to help you.
But I am charging him $20 to air this because he ain't bring me no goddamn hood.
It's all right. Listen, he a good dude. He a good dude, you know. It ain't like he can't spread the and shout out to E, you know. It ain't like he can't spread the love, you know. It's out of love. So his clothes stay garly means a lot to me. When I met him on a humbug, and he's like, yo, Nate, your passion, my passion is to help my mans. I'm not gonna take bread from you if I know we all could eat off this one plate. And it's the problem with people today. So when you hit me with that, oh, what's your budget? You're done. You're done. You're not my man. We don't need to talk. So when the due process hits, we all eat off of that one plate.
And what's funny is when you brought him to me and you was like, yo, I want to bring my dude to the set with the clothing. I said, all right, let's set him up for an interview. He didn't want to do it. He was like, nah, you know, I'm not prepared for that, because I wanted to ask him certain questions like, what made you want to come up with the State Golly, that slogan, which is dope, you know? So like right now, that right there, he should be, I'm charging him for this. He should be sending that to E1. I don't know if you ever heard of E1, but that's the kid from, I think, Louisiana or Atlanta, and he rap about God, and he rap about positivity. Dude is nice.
Yeah, I know E1.
He's nice. This right here, send something like that to him, he gonna rock that and put it on to the next level.
And not to cut you off, you know why I wouldn't send it to him? I know he's on the platform, but I got two dudes that I sit around that's gonna be on the platform. That's him and Spud. So I use everything that they have. I never mix the coffee without that milk. So, you know, we going in that 360 deal. Trust me. I'm not gonna give it to somebody else if I know that my man's is gonna be on the platform. They gonna make this stay garly. We all gonna be garly.
Welcome back and Crash the Industry with Tony Bosco and No IG Nate. We had to take a quick little break. So while you were gone, me and Nate continued that conversation about our friends asking us for a budget. I'm glad we kind of got edited out because we said a lot of names. We said a lot of names of people who shouldn't be asking us for budgets and things like that or the such. That brought me to this crazy how the next question I had was, being that you're known as a go-getter in the industry, what was some of the biggest challenges you faced and how did you overcome it?
Whew. Going to all DMX movie premieres, going to Def Jam, being around Dipset, rapping for D from the Rough Riders, and coming back home. Because when I used to come to New York, like Nate put me here like I'm a star. But then you go right back home. I'm a star for the weekend. I'm at these movie premieres, and you know how you go to the movie, you get out the limo, and everybody on the other side screaming, don't know who the fuck I am. But they screaming. I'm like, I'm on my way.
You get that feeling, that rush.
Man, I'm like, man, I'm sitting next to Angela Bassett, Genuine right here. It's on. And then that Sunday or Monday morning, you gotta come back to Chester
Reality.
Street, the reality. But I know it's the stepping stone to, you gotta go to these things to get your face out there. But the hardest thing is to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And overcoming it is keep going, never stop. A lot of my peers from Baltimore or even Buffalo, I've been had fans and stuff from different states because of the Rolling 25 Deep record I was on. They stayed with me till this day. And a lot of rappers is saying that by me keep going, now they picking they pen back up.
Mm-hmm.
They see I'm giving them inspiration. So the hardest thing was to keep going. It's like a gift and a curse.
Do you feel like you have to push him sometimes, or he's always motivated?
Nah, he go.
I'm
he
hungry.
go. He hungry. So when he hungry,
Makes everything
I'm just,
easy.
Nah, it's not even that. I'm just more hungrier than him. So I just be like,
Yeah,
yo,
that
get
dude,
up.
he
Get
hungry,
up. I'm
son.
hungry. I don't play them games.
Cause I'm hungry, but
He hungry, but I'm real hungry. So like
Yeah.
he just said, I keep him on a pedestal where he know, yo, you that dude. You gonna
Yeah.
stay that dude. In my eyes, you that dude. I want everybody to know you that dude. Don't
He
stop.
called me the other day. He goes, yo, Shy, we got to make this happen. I don't want to work no more.
that's how he talk, yeah. And I be like, me neither.
That's right. That's how I want him to feel. So when he go to work and look at that dude over there, I don't want to do that. I want to talk to you.
No, but
Yeah,
you know
man.
what's good about it? Keep making him feel like a celebrity when he come out here. And every time he go back to work, he going to be sitting at the job like, what am I doing here?
He gonna want to go harder.
Yeah.
So I make him feel, yeah, to me, you that dude. But everybody got to make sure they know you that dude.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall. He said, you back to reality. We back in square one again. Go do it again.
Yeah, man.
I'm just, me and him is just different. Like we just different. And
Y'all match each other's drive.
yeah,
Y'all
it's
ready,
crazy. So to talk to him is like, yeah, I'm good.
And I like Nate because we from different states. We more so alike. Like he know I'm not gonna do nothing that's out of my morals, or so he not even gonna put me in that position. Some managers be like, man, you gotta go do that. I'm not putting on no suit just to get views for TikTok.
No.
That's what I'm not gonna do.
No compromise.
No compromise.
They send you-
My morals is everything.
You see how he say that? They send us things, showcases. He not doing that. He way past that. I'm gonna pay you for him to perform for what? Where's it gonna put us? We gonna work. We gotta work. He say the magic word all the time. Working is the key to success. If I could go do a 9 to 5, I know my day gonna come where I can sit down for that 9 to 5. It's gonna come.
See, I learned a while ago that I didn't like paying for my artists to perform. Sometimes it's worth it. There's times where it's worth it, in my eyes, especially for my younger artists. Sometimes it's worth it. It's also good at getting them seasoned. But once your artist is seasoned, I said, I'm going to start throwing my own concerts. Now that we all locked, Spud been to my concert. He been to
told
2
me.
of them.
He told me.
One went perfect without a hitch. The second one had hitches. And, you know, it is what it is. But we got through that. The night went through. Performances was still lit. And we still had who's in the building.
Right.
And, you know, like I had the first one, we had a Sony rep from overseas fly in from Israel just to come to our concert. You know what I'm saying? Then we had Boss Baby Management from Empire. We had one of their reps come to see that same. So like when you got a concert like that, and I didn't charge not one person. You know what I told everybody? Let's split these ticket sales. I'll give you 15, 20 tickets. Let's split that bread together. Let's work together. Let's make money together. Picture me saying, yo, Bosco, I need you to pay me $300 for this concert. I'm going to have these record execs in here, but there's no guarantee that they're going to sign you. Why are you paying the $300? You know what I'm saying? But if I say, yo, look, I got 20, 30 tickets with your name on it. Let's split this bread together. Now you're getting paid. You know what? I'm going to make $300, $400. I'll slide down to New York and go do that performance. $300. We're going to have people in the building. And now I just learned of a new website to throw my concerts through, where now the record labels and the people who do the concerts in the park. I forgot what the festivals.
Yeah.
They track your numbers now on that website, so they could look and see, oh, who's worth rappers putting in. Oh, Tony Bosco got 50 ticket sales or 30 ticket sales or 20 ticket sales at this show and at this show. So now I got put onto a site. So now I'm gonna put y'all onto a site. So when y'all do shows
that would be
and
dope.
concerts, now you use that same website, and then, like I said, you got Rock Nation, all those companies that do festivals that's involved. They could track your numbers too. So you might get that call one day, yo, we want you to pull up. We know you do 50, 60 ticket sales. You think you could sell more? Because you were a draw. Now you know it's what's your draw.
Miss Jackson gonna love that.
So I'll definitely. Oh, she could have got that from that, like her and that conversation all the time. So, what's next for Tony Bosco? Any upcoming projects? I know you mentioned this, so let's get into that part.
Concrete success. Working on another project, Loveland. That's catered to more of the woman commercial. What's that type of music? That's popping now and from more like not dance but
Pop,
nah, like
Afro beats.
like Afro beats but more hip hop type.
Okay.
For catered to the ladies. I want to do a ladies project.
My cousin, who's a producer, he produces for Gat Murder. He calls his Afro trap. Like it's got that type of Afro vibe beats and dope music. It's a good sound. It's very commercial.
Yeah.
It's very commercial.
And me and Nate just about to go on this run. MJMG, Stu Radio, Checker Flag Boys, drum work. We just working, man.
So what we doing, man?
I'm just
working,
running.
man.
Okay.
Once this
What's
project
next
done, we
for Nate?
gone.
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Truthfully, y'all know me. I just do Dungeon Talk every Sunday. Hope that's gonna pop one day. And just Tony Bosco, man. Tony Bosco, the Checker Flag Boys, everybody that I'm affiliated with, Stay Garley, whoever I'm around, we gonna be there soon, man. We gonna be there. And the guys you see up here is gonna be the same guys that's always gonna be in my circle, man.
And we gonna set up a photo shoot with Stay Garley too.
You know,
Get
it's gonna be in my circle, my inner half, and now that my family got his own crash in the industry, you know, he been part of my family, so he my cousin, so it's gonna be a whole different thing, man. I just connect dots, man. That's all I want, just to connect the dots.
We definitely gonna stay locked in. So with that being said, what I want to do is I want to get into the crashing and I want the passing the torch segment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna let Nate slide off, and we're gonna bring your man EJ Warwick in.
Definitely.
And let's just get to the next. But before you go, favorite character from The Wire?
Marlo.
Marlo?
Yeah.
I like the little young boy. I forgot his name. He came up under Marlo, and then he at the end he started robbing everybody. He had his own corners and everything. I forgot his name.
I ain't seen it in so long.
The one that Bodie had brought up. And at the end, he started robbing everybody. He had the crib with his little brother, and his boy was watching his brother.
Yeah.
That little kid.
Yeah.
The one he was like, when Marlo was like, got big paws on the pup.
Yeah.
That little kid. Everybody seen that he was going to be the next Marlo.
Right. But
Wire was one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
The way every character, they embodied those characters.
And that's how it looked, too.
Yo, for real.
I didn't, listen, that was my first
The
time
row
ever.
houses is crazy.
Bro, I tell him.
Did they start fixing that up yet?
Yeah, Baltimore has changed a lot, but it's still a lot of blocks that's tore down. Like where I'm from, it's like 2 blocks from John Hopkins Hospital.
Okay.
The original John Hopkins Hospital. And because they all over the country now. But they came through and, you know, they building new developments. So they turned down all the houses, but some of the buildings are still down. Like you see blocks, there's grass fields that they ain't finished building up yet. You know what I mean? Buying people out their houses so they can move them somewhere else so they can have them houses. They fixing them up for their doctors and things of that nature. But
Gotcha.
my hood's still the same, even though they tore down a lot of houses. But ain't nothing really changed.
Well, with that being said, somebody said online that crashed the industry was a New York show. And I would like to say you were wrong, buddy.
Very wrong.
Very wrong, because we got people coming in from other states.
Yeah.
We got Baltimore in the building today. We're going to take a break and we're going to get another Baltimore artist on this stage. Appreciate y'all.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Today, we have a true Baltimore original in the house. EJ is a real one. He performs under his own name, the same name his friends and family have called him since day one. Raised on the tough streets of West Baltimore, with his early stages set at his father's New Year's Eve parties. EJ's journey to hip-hop started young, known for his unique flow, charisma, and incredible memory. EJ doesn't need to read his lyrics off paper, he just feels the music. With his debut project selling 15,000 copies in the streets and collaborations with Baltimore's best, EJ become a local legend. He's open for stars like Drake, Nicki Minaj, and today he's here with us. And we're gonna give you a taste of his authentic, unstoppable style. Get ready for EJ as he crashes the industry. What's up, my brother?
What's up, my brother?
How you doing?
That was a beautiful intro.
Yeah, I tried to get through. I stumbled a little bit because, you know.
you human.
I wasn't. I text everybody and said, everybody get me up bios last
Right.
night so I could read over it a little
Right.
bit.
I mean, I wasn't expecting, I was just riding with my guy Bosco, but
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to be up here, but I'm
But
here.
this is what family do. If
Yeah.
he's shining, he wants you to
Yeah.
shine too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
when Nate called him, was like, yo, I got 3-4 people coming me. I said, let's just get it
Yeah.
done. Don't even worry about it. Everybody could get, it's time for
Yeah, it's
everybody.
love.
So your upbringing in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
how did it shape your character as an artist and a person?
It did everything for my character. When I was young, my father is from West Baltimore, my mother is from East Baltimore. So I was blessed to be on both sides of the town.
Okay.
From a kid to now. So that's why I'm so well known in the city, from East Baltimore, West Baltimore, Somerset Projects, Lafayette, Murphy Homes, Warwick, North and Long, Poplar Grove, all over. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just a blessing to be able to be on both sides of the town with so much respect and love. So, and I come up under the OG. So when I was a kid, I didn't hang with my age group.
Okay.
I hang with the big shots from around my neighborhood.
Okay.
So I jumped off the porch a little early, and yeah, I became a man quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did the Baltimore scene shape your music, and how did you link up with Tony?
So
That's gonna be a good one.
the Baltimore scene, what happened was, and my man Fatback, he just came home. He did 18 years out of Hagerstown. He the one that took me up under his wing and put me in the studio. So we was connected back then with shout out to Chris Gotti, Irv and all them. We was running up around with John, all them. That's this one job before the 50 thing when he was hot, running around going crazy. And I put a CD out called The Red and Black, and it was so astronomically amazing in the city. It just did numbers. It just made me like a local celebrity, but I was a kid. So, I mean, I wasn't really too prepared for all that energy. I kind of got to my head a little bit, but I was young, you know what I'm saying? So
He laughing.
yeah,
so
yeah. If anybody know me, they know I was all the chain. You know what I mean? I was all the chain.
Okay.
But my mother, we lived down Somerset Projects, and she moved on Jefferson Street, and that's how I met Tony and them. But when Tony first met me, he wasn't too fond of me because they was going through a lot of allegedly a lot of
Drama.
yeah,
Okay.
it was on.
Okay.
And Jack, a mutual friend of ours, brought me down to the house, and he kind of was on edge with it.
He was on Demon Time at that
like,
time.
basically, who's yo? But the more and more we was around each other, I learned that he spit, and that's the music brought us get together. But the music created a bond and a brotherhood.
Okay.
So it's been like maybe, I would say about 25 years, 26, 27 years that we've been tight. We've been brothers from day one. Ain't never fall off, ain't never cross each other, ain't never stabbed each other in the back, not once.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard somebody mention that you were working closely with Waka Flocka and his mother, or just Waka?
Yeah. Deborah had a podcast called B100 Radio.
Okay.
I don't know if it was real big at one point in time. And me and Deborah became really, really close. Shout out to Deb, she
Shout out
loved
to
me.
Deb, man.
You know what I
Auntie
mean?
Deb.
Yeah, I FaceTime her. She answers the phone. She keep it real. And yeah, so that's how that relationship came. I actually, they had different artists, like, and we would do weekly battles, and we battled with songs and freestyles, and I just was ripping everything apart. You know what I'm saying? So, and then our son killed himself, and I did 2 Rest in Peace records for and I think that really touched her heart and her soul, and she just, you know, took a liking to me, and a liking turned to love. So shout out to Deb, I love you, baby.
So how did everything happening like that transpire to you opening up for the Nicki Minaj's and Drake's?
So what happened was with that, around that time in my city, when I was really, really hot, like when they was coming through, they were just asking me to open up. But I wasn't all the way focused then, because I was young and I was getting a little couple dollars. So I was kind of running around just not focused and not taking advantage of what I had in front of me. And then my man went to prison. You know what I'm saying? And when he went to prison, it just kind of really, really messed me up a little bit. So I really started running around.
It always takes that one piece off the board that could set you back.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of people from time to time. So briefly, tell us about your part in the Checker Flag Boys.
Well, I didn't want to do the Checker Flag Boys at first, because I didn't like the name. I'm really still not too fond of the name. But Bosco, this guy right here is, listen, this man, this nice, pleasant, you see the smile and, you know, the subtleness and the calmness. This guy was not like that. I'm talking about it was pandemonium with him. He was extremely controlling. He was vicious. I watched him knock. I ain't gonna talk about the time he knocked 2 dudes out back to back in Virginia. That's a whole nother thing. Shout out to Allen Iverson and all them. Yeah.
Oh,
we
Lee.
apologize. Shout out to my man Lee. But I didn't want to do it at first. So they went and did it and created an album, and they was moving, and they left it alone. Then he came back to it. But the second time he came back to it, he called me, said, check this out. I don't care. I don't want to hear you doing it. It is going to get done. I ain't trying to hear none of that, you know what I mean, blah, blah. And I said,
Bosco Suge Knight kicked in.
yeah, the Suge kicked in. I said, But it was one of the most beautifulest things. And Tony is the one that keeps us focused. Because he's the most consistent one. And when we get to slipping, he just get us right back on track and get us right back in line, you know what I'm saying? So he's very, very important to not only the music, but to my life and as a brother and as just a man, you know what I'm saying? So.
But I just looked at it like, if he ain't part of the train, and we got other brothers that's like SK and Heavy Gold part of this crew and Sleep 410, if he not in it and we start going up here, a man, you can't come after, even if you my brother. They gonna be like, man, he ain't believing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just ride the train whether you like it or not.
If not, then of course we gonna help you out, but it ain't just about me. It's 4 other people that's gonna be like, man, look, we got this check. He ain't getting a piece of this check.
The thing is, though, I'm kind of glad that he pushed me and put that fire inside of me to do it, because once we got our own studio, we started creating some of the most beautifulest music ever. We got so many songs, so many great, I'm talking about great records, great songs. So.
Yeah, we waiting to drop that too.
Thank you, sure. I love you.
I love you.
Definitely. With that being said, we're going to set it up with Nate, Bosco. We'll set it up again. We'll get the schedule right when all 4 of you guys could come.
That'd be dope.
And we could do a Checker Flag Boys Crash the Industry episode.
That'd be
and
dope.
y'all will all be prepared to perform next time, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Most definitely.
Yes.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to say thank you for tuning into another episode of Crash the Industry.
Thank you.
Tony Bosco, EJ Warwick, local celebrity in Baltimore. We're going to make him a celebrity in New York. And that's another episode of Crash the Industry. Let's get into these performances.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
I live a righteous life, you know what
I want to give a big shout out to Shy, Crash the Industry, Stay Godly, my man Nate, manager extraordinaire, Tony Bosco, CFBMG. It's your boy EJ Warwick.
It feels good to be me.
Listen.
One thing in this world I appreciate is my peace. There's so many fake niggas when I walk across the street. They hug you like they love you, embrace you but they hate you. That's why I take these niggas bitches and get these hoes a facial. These niggas out here doing dirty business. I never put no money over friendships, niggas. I kill you over 10 cents. Shit makes no sense. Hit a nigga in the back of the head with a stick, now he running to get his blick. Shots rang, the cops came. They stood over the body, don't give a fuck about the boy name. He probably sold cocaine, judging us. They don't really fuck with us. We ain't even loving ourselves, but want the world to have love for us. With a backward mentality, never fuck with a nigga money or his family. Shit, I'm trying to keep the peace and do whatever it takes to keep my son up out these streets, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It feels good, you know.
It feel good, don't it, baby? See, I love to hook out on purpose.
Who loved me throughout my life.
I love you
I
all.
want to thank everybody who didn't.
New York City,
You know what I mean?
Baltimore
All those who
City,
crossed me, all those who
worldwide,
turned their back on me.
I love you, baby. It's the checker flag.
It feels good.
Listen, I start traveling in and out of town at the age of 16. I seen shit as a kid that you couldn't even dream. Threesomes in Chicago, I was only 17. That's why you think like a peasant and I think like a king. Always been the flyest and the nicest in my city. They said shorty fell off when I was really getting busy. I be laughing at you niggas. You niggas still stuck. You stupid niggas need to give it up. You ain't getting rich yet. You been hustling for 30 years, ain't got shit yet. Me, I just landed out in Cali, I'm the shit, yes. You niggas cheating like the Nets. Look at me, nigga, I'm blessed, and I don't need no rest. Anything in life causing me stress, I regret. Stupidity and ignorance, my nigga, I can't accept. I accept all the positive energy I invest. Say it with your chest, I count 100 stacks and the best in.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Don't let me start talking about.
Let me start talking about them
North
North Avenue days.
When my nigga came upstairs on the 3rd floor.
Came upstairs, real talk. Dumped 100 pounds out the trash bag.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas bagging up for
Bagging
days,
up
nigga.
for days, nigga, real talk.
So let me tell you about them days when niggas
Listen.
made 300 stacks in a day, nigga.
300.
When it was 40 niggas on the strip and every
Everybody
nigga
was getting money.
Everybody
Everybody was happy. You know what I mean? That's real talk.
It's crazy,
Crazy, ain't it?
Niggas still found a way to feud.
Niggas
with
still
each other,
found a
you know
way
what
to
I'm
feud
saying?
with each other.
It's just the mentality of the nigga, you know what I mean?
It's the mentality.
You can give niggas everything.
Give them a whole plate.
They
But
gonna
he still want some off of yours, though.
It's crazy.
But it's life, though. I still love you, though.
You know what I mean?
I'm almost done.
Boy EJ Warwick.
Shout out to Crash the Industry.
I'ma
It's your
take
boy
you on this
EJ
experience.
Warwick.
I'ma take you on this ride.
I'm going to take you on this ride.
Yeah.
I love you all. Thank you. Forget about it.
It's the one and only. You see, I got my state golly on, nigga. We crashing the industry. Baltimore City to New York, nigga. You know it's CFB forever, baby. We locked in. It don't get no realer than this, shorty. Boss. On my deck, pink bottles under the pergola. On the street, 4 or 5 food platters I'm serving up. Now she what you drive, I see a screen when I'm backing up. Used to be on the block with them gorillas, nigga. Now was a loft with a naked bitch with a spatula. House so dark, look like I'm living with Dracula. In that black duffel bag, that murder swag. Still good in the hood, she love when I choke her, she love the gag. Stand up, nigga, never backstab. Only backlash when you come short, no excuses when it come to cash. We winners, hater, we run it up, we never dash. Dreams of states that used to clean out Macy's, now we out Tyson's. I win a half from housing, clout chasing, chop knock you out your shoes and outfit. It's all about the checker flag. Stash one and spin the other bag. Salute a real one when you see him hopping out the jag. Talk is cheap, nigga, we don't talk a lot. We just throw it in the air, fuck up the parking lot. The jewels on me glowing colder than the frozen pot. I was raised right. Scrape it all off. Yeah. Scrape it all off. Scrape it all off. Yeah. I'm from a place where they take shit don't belong to them. No matter how many times they drop, keep the ball moving. We do it how we want. Give a fuck how the others do it. Cause when we do it, it's like we doing it for TV. Pally Pal, moving weight like Mally Mal. Blue Cat for Easy E. Shouts to running D for the pin and me. Always wanted to meet Buck. I needed him for Tennessee. Instead, hit it to VA. To holler at my brother Lee. Then back to the city where the skyline is pretty. When the front line had to keep that full chopper with me. Diddy bopping like Smurder. Stash house was at Birders. All you hear is gunshots. Is normal every day a murder. Where I'm from, with a young call each other dumb. But my block, we added up the sums. Niggas coughing up the lung. Niggas brains on the lamp and wicker. And you know where you can find me on the block where I get it. Yeah. Talk is cheap, nigga, we don't talk a lot. We just throw it in the air, fuck up the parking lot. The Jews on me glowing colder than the frozen pie. You cook, then you clean the pie. Scrape it all off, rinse it down the drain. Scrape it all off, rinse it down the drain. Scrape it all off, rinse it down the drain. Scrape it all off, rinse it down the drain. Shout out to State Golly. We crashing the industry, shorty. Baltimore City, New York City. Shout out my brother Nate. Shout out to MJMG. Salute.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate
Already,
you.
man.
Yeah. Yo, let me get everybody up here. Yeah, come on. Let's bring everybody out here. Let's get the State Golly. State Golly E. My brother Nate. I just want to say I appreciate everybody for showing up. Baltimore to New York. And that's another episode of Crash in the Industry. Appreciate y'all.
New York, what's up, New York? Listen, we in New York, right?